Hello and welcome to another episode on Maros Bonsai channel. Today I'm going to work on field maple, Acer campestre, which was wired in the spring, and now the branches are long and on some places the wire is grown into the structure already, so I have to remove it and I cut back some of the longer parts, and maybe later I will wire the new growth into desired positions. This is a collected tree from the wild. Now this spring there was some major work done. One of the stumps, one of the sub trunks was removed, shorter. Everything what needs to be carved was carved. I will show you in detail later on the second camera. So I decided to wire it to put the branches into more or less final positions, and now the tree needs some further work. What you really don't want to have three branches growing from same spot. So in case you don't know what to do with the tree, you absolutely can choose between three branches and one of them cut off. So this little bit of advice for those who are new to bonsai. Sometimes you are struggling what to do, what not to do. Moving one of the branches from the spot where three are growing from one place, it's safe bet. Thing is to remove the growth which grows from inside of any kind of bend. I see very little possibility to incorporate such branches into design. I'm not saying you have to do this, but it must be really special occasion so that the branch which is growing from anywhere from inside of the bend is wise to keep. So this is very sometimes on the maples I'm trying to, if I know I'm going to wire the branch, I'm trying not to cut really close to the butt, but a little bit higher, so you can anchor in the future, anchor the wire around the stud. So we can start removing the wire. Actually, those on the bottom are not biting too much into the structure, and I decided that I will keep those for a few more days, maybe a few more weeks. Now without leaves I can see the structure really clearly, so I will check them on a daily basis, and when I will have the feeling that it's starting to bite in, I will remove. So I keep wire on those branches, and I remove everything, most probably from this section here. Hopefully it's already holding, because the fact is that if the wire starts to bite into your branch, it means the branch will hold. Unfortunately, if it happens on some unlucky place, you will see the scar for the rest of your life. So you need to be really careful. The trick is doing this wiring during the season when the risk of biting in is not so bad. Probably the best moment to do this is in winter. But if you wire deciduous tree heavily in winter, you better store it in the place where the temperatures are not falling below 0 Celsius, because the freshly wired branch, manipulated branch, it could be problem, yeah. With wiring the branch, with manipulating it, you're creating the cracks in the wood, and if you are not protecting it from the frost, those cracks can limit the transportation of the water and the food in the tree. You can have that branch in the spring. I think in wiring deciduous trees there is no silver bullet. You need to be really careful, you need to do your timing right and really take care and look if the wires are biting in. You need to remove them. Of course, this is one of the first designs of this tree, so the wiring is really hugely important in that moment, in that stage of this tree. Later, you don't need to rely too much on the wiring. You can do a lot of stuff with guy wires, like and it's much safer. You can keep it on the trees much longer. So guy wires are good, and also clip and grow. And if you have structure in the place and you just remove those branches which are growing into the trunk inside in the bad direction, and you just keep growing those which are growing in a good direction, I think you don't need a lot of wiring later. But first styling, second styling without the wire, you are not able to make convincing deciduous tree design. I'm almost sure about it. I'm not saying it's impossible, but most probably it's really, really hard. Field maple in our country, in our locations, is growing like weed. It's everywhere. It's really common tree. So it's easy to find. I would say it's quite easy to find really good campestre and field maple. It's really easy to find them. I think they are making incredibly good nebaris. They are growing in, the roots are growing in sometimes in all directions. Sometimes you miss one side of a root or something, but most of the time they grow really nice. And I think the animals, like roe deer, likes them, so they're eating the fresh foliage when they have nothing else to eat. And for collected tree you barely have anything better than animal feeding on its foliage. If you find the spot where animals are eating the fresh foliage of a tree, it's bingo. And if you find the place where also people are working, and they are removing the trees from edges of the fields, and then animals are finishing the job, these are good finds. If you look closely at this tree, you see it has really good taper. I don't know if the camera is providing objective view how massive the base of a tree is and how good tapering it has. I would say that this kind of material would be almost ideal for traditional style, yeah, or sumo trunk. Single trunk line, and horizontal branches according to book. Lucky me, I don't have to work according to book. I can work how I would like to see my trees on my bench, and I kept different sub-trunks growing up and away from the central axis of the tree, and I think it's making the tree more interesting. So all the wires from this position up until the apex were removed. Rest is staying there for a few more days or weeks. I will check them. So that's it. Now everything is visible, so some editing will be done. Here at my place for some time I was looking at it from the window, and I decided I don't want this part. I think it will be a little bit better. About the structure, I think this is too even, too straight, very similar to this trunk, not a lot of movement. I was fighting with myself regarding this part for some time, and I finally decided I'm going to get rid of it. So I'm going to remove it, a little bit carving here, sealing it at this place, then really just quickly to use the opportunity that there is no structure, so I will cut remaining stubs from these positions, shorter few of the branches which I don't like, wire them a little bit just quickly into more desirable position, and maybe if there will be time I will also carve a little bit few smaller scars with the Dremel. So let's go, and we are going for it. We take Mr. Works for it. It will be much faster. So we just make a quick cut. And it's gone. Roughly 15 years of growth. So that's it. Just check how it looked like. Yeah, I think it will be much better. It's not going to come back anyway, so when it's done, it's done. I mean, I cut it a little bit too high, so I take it once more. I was thinking about what is the most important message regarding yamadori and this early stage of deciduous tree development. And I came with two things. One thing is that when the tree was much bigger and I removed a lot of foliage, I shortened a lot of branches. What it did to the tree is that it removed a lot of hormones, auxins, which were in the tips of the branches, and now the tree is in a situation when its natural defenses are activated because he's afraid some deer eaten the young foliage, and now the tree will push new growth. It's very important in development of the fresh yamadori or early stage yamadori tree that this kind of changes, it's better to do them all at once, not particular branch, but all at once, because the tree is in a lot of stress and is pushing and waking up a lot of buds everywhere. If you just do radical cutting of one branch, and maybe it's lower branch, maybe it's shaded, maybe it's not in perfect position regarding light or whatever, it's not so safe that it will wake up all the buds you need. But if you do radical cut all at once, like for example Walter is doing his hedge pruning method, when you hedge prune the tree is in radical stress and it's waking up a lot of buds in the structure of the tree, and you may get the bud where you need him for the future development of the tree. This is one thing. The second thing is that I'm going to wire few of those branches, and it's important to understand that in this stage of development, this wiring is crucial, because what you have at this distance from the axis of the tree, it will stay there forever if the branch will not die, dry out or whatever. So the shape of what you have here will stay here forever. What you will have here, you can change, but what is here will stay here. So if you introduce movement in this early stage to all these branches, this movement will stay there and it will create the soul of the future tree. So this is really important. In later stages, you don't have to wire everything, you don't have to wire all the branches, but in this stage you really need to take care. And for example, if I leave this branch straight now, I can leave it for maybe 1 month, maybe 2, and it will stay straight forever. I will not able to bend it, like for example this one is bended. So and what you will do with 5 centimeter branch completely straight. So this is important to understand that introduction of the movement in this early stage of development of the tree is crucial. Maybe this is the message. I wanted to express special thanks to all my friends who subscribed to my channel, 60+ people, as we speaking, which is really good. I'm really grateful. All those who commented, all those who left any message, it's really encouraging. So thank you very much. I will try to improve all aspects of my YouTubing as I will progress. So play a little bit with light, play a little bit with camera. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.